Welcome to Adventures in Gold Rush, day 4 of our Italian prospecting adventure. Today we're starting to dig in a new place. Got the sluice in a slower spot so we don't lose any gold over there. Oh, will we get another one of those little nuggets, man? I want it. Adventures in Gold Rush, baby! All right, hello everyone, I am back. Look at it now, look at that dog down there. See that dog? The dog is hot. He can go to the water though. Yesterday was only a little bitty bit and I dug all that out, moved huge stones, and the gold is really not still. So I tried, so now I'm going back up here to a spot where the metal detector hit and see if I can find some more gold there, because I did find a big flake just by testing and I haven't really dug there yet. So today we're gonna go there and dig.
I didn't film nothing else after that again, man. I was so frustrated, Björn.
You haven't filmed two after the day 3, the second half, and now day 4, second half. But you must be focused on the gold, on digging.
Yes,
and
I was
missed to start the record. Hit the record button.
But here's what the big problem is, okay? They were telling me too that you got to think, the year before, what happened? There was a big drought. The whole river dried up. There wasn't even enough room to put a sluice in there, so there were no floods to bring the new gold down. And then this year, there was no real flood to bring the gold down. So that makes me wonder if some of those holes that we're seeing were not from them already coming early, even though they did say there's a lot of people early this year there, but maybe a bunch of those holes were from last year because it was so dry. I was thinking because it was flooding in the middle of Italy, that they had those big floods from everything coming from the Alps, that it had flooded on the Elvo, but that's not necessarily true. The water could have came from the other areas into the Po, which went down, and if maybe all that washed down and flooded, because I was told there was no real high water here to replenish the gold and to wash away all the holes. But I'm not sure, because the one guy says there's been a lot of people digging here already.
Yeah, but even if the holes are from last year, if you dig 2 meters away from it, it could be that there is a gold from last year too.
Yeah, look, Björn, all those holes are in a row.
Yeah.
That means they were on that pay streak. There's not pay streaks all over the place. That's the problem. There could be 2 or 3 pay streaks. And you have to find them. If you look, you can see here's a bunch of holes, and then here's a bunch of holes lined up too. It's really hard to know if some of those holes are from last year or not. But the time I've been there, only these couple of days, there were probably at least 10 other big holes that were dug out while I was there. So they could be from this year. Before that, the one guy said, hey, 4 hours, I had a gram.
So you talked to others and they found much more than you.
No, that was 3 years ago.
But this year you talked about.
Yeah, and that's what they told me. They told me that it's really hard right now because everything's dug up. But for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, in 4 hours, you could get a gram already.
Okay.
And bigger pieces of gold too. So obviously the last 2 years there haven't been floods, so that could be one of the reasons it's really hard this year. But yeah, I didn't film once again, but after this day I get better. Björn, after day 4, I realized I haven't been filming. I need to film stuff for Adventures in Gold Rush. So then after today, I concentrate more on filming, and it gets more and more down to the 12th day. So let's watch this weigh-in right here and tell me what you're thinking.
Okay.
All right, hello everybody. We are now at the end of day 4. And I must say, still having a really hard time, but I think I have a place where I'm gonna dig deep now, because apparently the deeper you dig, the bigger the pieces get. So I'm gonna dedicate myself to this place.
They say the deeper you dig, the bigger the pieces get, because there's a layer where most people are digging, but then if you dig down, you get nothing. But when you get down to about here, then you hit that other old paste streak that could be there. That doesn't mean it's someone could have already dug it out at that spot. So it's a risky business if you want to dig. But I did see some of the Germans digging deep in the water, which the Italians don't do. So when they were digging deeper in the water, they were getting better gold. But the objective is to get that gram a day with what you have, and figuring that out, that's the challenge right now because of the last 2 years and the dry spells.
Reaching this gold is getting pretty damn hard. So it looks like on Monday we're gonna be going on a nugget hunt. There's supposed to be a small creek that produces nuggets from the side somewhere. And we're gonna try to find out where the nuggets are coming off of the wall.
This is the Servo River right here, Björn.
Yeah.
The exact main area of the nugget zone in Italy, yes, there's a secret nugget zone where people find nuggets, is somewhere in between this Rosanna and, what's that say? Or Bogna. It's somewhere in between there, and that's about, I think, a 6 to 10 kilometer area. So to know exactly where the area is, you're going to need way more than just one day. Because 2 Italian guys had told me where the nugget zone was, but they weren't specific. They just like in between this and this. Because they didn't want to say exactly where they've been finding their nuggets. Of course, they don't want to say that. Because, but I really wanted to get a nugget in the Servo River, or creek, whatever you call it, River Creek. But we've been dealing with high waters the last days, so we don't know how the water's going to be when we get there, though. We'll see. But there it is for everyone to check out, and I will give exact locations.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Looking forward to Monday. But until then, we're going to be back here on the Elvo. So here we go. Let me get this thing tarred out right there. There we go. It's tarred out 0. Oh, look at that little bitty dinky bit of gold. Oh, a very disappointing day. Way worse than yesterday.
It's just, wow.
A hard day and a low, what's called?
Return, yeah. I mean, that is just, a lot of people were already giving up by now, Björn. But not me. Yeah. I'm not giving up. Because there are too many people saying it is possible. And just because there hasn't been heavy rain, really heavy rains the last 2 years, there's still got to be places or a place or a way. I just have to figure out that way. How can I, is it still possible, even with the dry spells, to get that gram a day? It's got to be figured out, Björn. So I'm gonna keep going. And if I find this place, I'm gonna let you guys know where I'm at, the method I'm using. Because I'm not sure if it's really about the digging deep, or if it's really about the top layer, or if it's really about 1 meter down. It's just really a challenge to figure that out. So.
0.04 gram. That's like the first day that we had. Very freaking pathetic. But again, I had to find me another location. So yeah, I tell you what, that right there. But I think I found my biggest piece yet, which is that little one right there. So I'm gonna try my spot tomorrow, and if it is unsuccessful, I may go into the river and start digging in the river and try to get deeper and get some of that chunky gold. We are way far from our goal. So, got to get busy, man. We got to get to finding some gold out there. Otherwise, we're never going to make our 10 grams. The nugget hunt could be the thing that saves the day. So we'll check it out tomorrow and see how much deeper I get. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Again, little short episode, just kind of
showing a few things, what I'm doing. And yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of new episodes. All right, I'll see you next time.